Hey, welcome to the channel. Sorry for the delay. I was reading something about moderation. I don't know what they're trying to, I guess, chat moderation, etc. Um, how we doing? How we doing? What are we seeing out there, my friends? Um, I want to talk about in this live stream a little something a little different, however, related to the overarching topic of the state of the world, the great awakening that is happening, the events that are unfolding in our world. We can look at them with real eyes and see them for what they are because we've done our homework, we've done our research. We've not only done our spiritual and emotional homework, but we've also done our historical homework too, right? We've studied we will know them by their fruits. We've studied their fruits, we know their fruits, we know them, right? Bad things will continue to happen to humanity until humanity wakes up. Along those same lines, Manly P. Hall said, until man learns to understand symbolism, I don't remember the specific quote, but he said, I think it was this: once man learns to understand symbolism, our game is up, right? The game is up. In this video, I want to talk about the best online business opportunity that I've seen in 10 years. And it's not scammy, it's not spammy, it's not Amazon FBA or writing Kindle books or teaching people, making a course on how to teach people how to make a course. It's none of those things. It's sharing knowledge and information about the events that are unfolding in our world to help wake people up and help them again see the world with real eyes for what's going down. I call it the media business blueprint. Many people online are doing it. We're going to talk about some of them. I'm going to show you some of their pages. I'm going to make just a couple of notes here. Red Leather Podcast, Jack, forget his last name at the moment, Timothy Ward. The bottom line is this: this really is the best opportunity right now online. People are hungry for information. The legacy mainstream media is collapsing. It's collapsed, quite frankly. I don't even think anyone's watching it anymore. They've abused the trust of the American people. They've abused the trust of the whole world. They've been used as a tool for disinformation, right? That's why starting a media business is the best opportunity, because it's all about correct information, right? If you are already, and most people are, let's be real, most people are already doing research and watching documentaries and finding out for their own personal knowledge, because knowledge is power, right? They're finding out for their own personal knowledge what's going on. If you're already doing that, it's a hop, skip, and a jump to build a media business around that. And here's the thing. The secret sauce is this: you get attention, right, by talking about things people are already searching for, and you sell them products that you've created. It doesn't matter what the product is, right? You solve problems. You get attention and solve problems. The core message of the Media Business Blueprint, and you can learn more at mediabusinessblueprint.com, is this. In legacy media, what they do is they create a show. Could be a comedy, could be a drama, could be a documentary, could be a news show. They get attention from people, and then in the media time, in the commercial time, they pitch them products, right? Advertisers buy airtime in that show to pitch them products. That's what the Media Business Blueprint is, right? What's behind it is, I've been doing this heavy since 2015, heavier since 2017. What's behind it is an entire system to help you get your mindset right, your skill set right, tech and tools and gear, so that you can be a solopreneur with a media business on the side. Maybe people don't want to make it their full business like me. Maybe people just want potentially another stream of income. What I build a media business blueprint as this: you will definitely make an impact. You could make an income, right? Who doesn't want another stream of income right now? And it's a win-win, because I'm a recruiter. I'm recruiting truth tellers. I'm recruiting an army of researchers, investigative journalists, media people to expose the lies and deception in our world that has been hurting all of us. Let's be real. I don't think there's anyone that hasn't been touched, right? We live in a fallen world, right? My new understanding after COVID, prior to COVID, as I've told this story many times, I thought the government was incompetent. And I always wondered why they can't solve these wars, why they can't solve the national debt, why we have a never-ending war on drugs and terror and crime and poverty, and nothing ever gets solved. Like nothing ever gets fixed. Government grows and nothing ever gets fixed. I always wondered why government was so incompetent. After COVID, I knew they're not incompetent at all. They're very competent, but they're deceiving the masses in what they're trying to do, right? They're saying they're going to help us, but it's never about helping us. The Media Business Blueprint is the best opportunity I know right now, and you kill two birds with one stone. You get to know what's going down because you're, like I say, you're probably already investigating what's happening in the world, either the financial effery that's going on, the education system that's going on. You can dive that back into the dumbing down of America, Charlotte Iserby, etc. The healthcare system that's going off the rails, right? Bottom line is this: whatever suits your fancy that you are inspired to investigate and research and understand for your own self, for your own family's benefit, for you and your family's benefit, you bundle that up, and I'll teach you how to do it so that you can share that knowledge and information and definitely help someone else, right? And hopefully make an impact, right? Or make an income. That's what it's all about at the end of the day. Again, a potential extra stream of income doing what you're already doing. Now let's talk about some people that are already doing this. Red Leather Podcast, Jack, I forget his name at the moment right now. He is cranking out content big time, and he's making a full-time income doing this. It all depends on how much time you have to put into the endeavor. Anton Daniels is also cranking. Now he's been on YouTube a long time, but he's cranking 6 long videos a day and probably that many shorts, easily that many shorts. He has a team, I'm sure of it, right? Anyone cranking 6 videos a day has definitely a production team. Even cranking 6 videos a day, you're talking about hours sitting in front of a camera. But my point is this: I think it's an all hands on deck type of situation right now. I think there are things going on that are major. There's been things going on that have been major pivotal events. Let's be real. But things are in play, and there's a huge opportunity to not only help yourself, but help other people, right? That's what it's all about. I can't tell you the amount of comments that I've gotten. And I make them too on videos, primarily on my Instagram. Instagram popped off for me after COVID, and I'll talk about in the Media Business Blueprint. I talk about why it popped off. I was at 800 subscribers, and it popped up to 47,000. It's right around 40,000 now. Let me see what you're saying here in the comments. I see you've posted before. You've been here. Yeah, thanks for checking it out again. Okay. The government is very competent. It's just enrich people. You know what I'm going to try to do? I'm going to pull this up so I can see it better on my, hang tight with me. Let me see here. I want to see. Okay. There we go. Okay, the government is very competent. It's just enrich people for it to act incompetent. Have you noticed when it comes to what the rich want, the government is very competent but incompetent? Yeah, to what working people need. I do notice that. I did notice that big time. This is why I now say one of my favorite sayings is everything is a rich man's trick. After watching that documentary, I stole that from that documentary on YouTube, 3 hours-ish. Yeah, it's, but beyond that, I don't think it's just rich people. I think there's a small group of people that are pulling the strings. I think rich people are benefiting just because they're, as the water level rises and as the wealth transfer happens from the lower and middle class, I think rich people are definitely going to benefit. But what I try to tell people that are doing well is I say, hey, there's going to come a point in time when they want your stuff, right? It's Survivor. It feels like Survivor to me. Does it feel like that to you? Because it feels like it to me. There really will be only one group of people or one person at the end sitting at the table going, yeah, I beat the system. That's what it'll be. And part of my purpose in making videos and content is telling people, hey, they don't like you. If you have money and you are a wealthy person, good for you. There will come a time when they'll want your stuff. They're taking it from the lowest, easiest. It's easiest, the lowest hanging fruit first, right? And it's the same in nature. The lion's going to go after the weakest of the herd, the less able to defend themselves. And that's what's happening. And many people are seeing it. And this is what I try to tell people. Hey, you might want to start paying attention because they're not going to stop and they don't have an allegiance to anyone. So I do see what you're saying, but I think that's just kind of a luck of the draw kind of a thing. The lion would eat anyone in the herd. You know what I'm saying? That's my philosophy. They'll eat any animal they can get. The beast system that is upon us will take down anything it can get. It just goes after the slowest, weakest, easiest prey first. Why wouldn't it? Right? Why wouldn't it? It's just like Aladdin, the AI software system for BlackRock. It goes after the easiest prey first because it builds momentum and it builds monetary, builds assets, right? This is the same thing that the U.S. is doing by taking out, that the military is doing. Again, the people that run the military, it's not us. By taking out those countries in the Middle East, they're building momentum and building wealth and strategic situations, developing strategies and stuff like that. When they take out Iraq, when they take out Libya, when they, do what they did in Syria, the Arab Spring. What is the CIA overthrown? 80 to 100 countries. I think it's in the 100 range, to be quite honest. They doing that to set up the board for the big takedown. The big takedown is America. They want to take down America. And they're doing a really good job. And the thing of it is, bread and circuses and legacy mainstream media facilitates that by distracting Americans with the stupidest shit you can ever imagine. It is wild to me. I was in the tire shop the other day and they had one of the million different sports shows on talking about football, I guess. Yeah, football. And I was just sitting there kind of like, am I in a bizarro world? Like, is this really real? With all of the problems we have in our world, with the impending situation with the dollar and, the currency collapse impending, with BlackRock taking up a bunch of real estate and assets in the world, I was just kind of like, I was thinking to myself, what is really going on here? These clowns are talking about the dumbest shit known to man. It doesn't have any bearing on anything important. It's straight up bread and circuses. And I know that will offend some people, but at this point, what's the point? Those same people that would be offended, I just don't understand how in 2025, after COVID, after October, after Israel is basically beating up on Palestine, and people are waking up to it. I had a big awakening. After the bullshit in Ukraine, after Iraq, after Libya, after what's going on in the Congo, after what's going on in Yemen. I mean, how are people still watching this BS? It's total garbage. But anyway, people still are. They're still taking it in. And I have faith that they will wake up, but I'm cautiously optimistic. Like, I'm not putting my eggs in that basket, but I want them to wake up. Like, let's be real. I mean, it's just one of those things. And calling the leader bad guy, Putin, Saddam, Gaddafi, Bashar al-Assad. Yeah, exactly. I shared a meme the other day about China and Russia. we've been lied to for as long as I've been alive about China and, well, mainly Russia. Remember, it was Russia in the 80s. They're going to, break into the United States. They're going to take over the United States, right? To an uninformed person like I was in the 80s, it's totally ridiculous, right? But it's the Cold War scare tactics. They got to scare us. And it was Russia, then it was China, and then it's Islam, right? Meanwhile, the real enemy is Israel and the people behind Israel. And now people are waking up to it. I had no idea. But yeah, they distract and they use their misinformation campaigns to bring about all sorts of evils and whatnot in the world. But it is what it is at this point. I do have faith people are waking up. And the reason they are is because it's becoming painful for them. They're starting to feel it in the pocketbook, and they're like, hey, something's wrong. They're like, yeah, something is wrong. Our country's being run by criminals. Criminals are running our country, and they have been forever. And it's pretty wild what's going down. I just remind people also, they're human beings, right? They're not invincible. They are subject to the same laws that we are subject to. They just are super deceptive and they're super bent, right? And it probably could be argued that they want to win worse than the regular average everyday Joe. The average everyday Joe doesn't know he's in a war. He doesn't know he's in a war in a battle for his mind and heart and even soul, right? He doesn't know that. Of course, they're going to be having an edge on the person that doesn't know it. I didn't used to know it. Like I said earlier, I used to think they were incompetent. I was like, what's going on here? Just one of those things. Anyway, there's my piece. Just a short touch in today. I appreciate you guys checking it out. Thanks for your comments. I appreciate you. Hang in there, and I will talk to you in the next one. Have an awesome day. Until next time, I wish you guys all the best health, wealth, and success. Bye-bye.